It's a Toy Night Show with Sammy G. It's Sammy G.
Thank you. Welcome back to the ToyNight Show. I am your host, Sammy G. We're doing something a little bit different tonight, Toy Night. And we're calling this episode the Week in Review. Do a little bit of format changing on the channel, and we'll do a weekly recap of some of the things that I picked up over the week, some of the things I'm excited about, maybe some of the things that I'm excited about that are becoming this week. We'll see. This past week was very, very busy. In fact, it was in fact very busy. One, I did a lot of changing, so a lot of rearranging to the backdrop here, to the game room / toy room itself. I also made my way up to Bowling Green to Rock'em Sock'em Retro, and if you've never checked out Rock'em Sock'em Retro before, I definitely would make the trip to Bowling Green, Ohio. It definitely is a must stop, as not only do they have a great selection of retro video games, but they have since recently added a lot of vintage toys and a lot of really good items there, I must say. Definitely make your way up to Rock'em Sock'em. I also made it to the Columbus Toy Show. It is my favorite toy show in the area. Although I did have a really great time at the Great Ohio Toy Show in Xenia this past spring. And stay tuned, as I just recently found out that there is a toy show coming local to Northwest Ohio, aka Findlay, Ohio, a part of the Western Ohio Toy Show. So a part of that circuit, I guess, for lack of a better term, but stay tuned to the channel for more as we dive into that. So very excited to stop into Rock'em Sock'em Retro in Bowling Green here recently. I was able to secure some things that I was looking for, some things that I was really excited about to grab, as they posted some stuff up on the website. And the first thing that drew my attention was Snake Eyes version 4. So Snake Eyes version 4 here was secured at Rock'em Sock'em Retro. Nice addition to the shelf. I guess I could put him on his stand, but we're just going to sit him down for the moment. But a very, very nice figure in really, really good shape. So shout out to Rock'em Sock'em Retro. He is complete minus the file card, but nonetheless another really great item to secure for the vintage collection. And of course, if he looks familiar to some of you G.I. Joe Classified collectors, obviously he just made an appearance here in the G.I. Joe Classified line. Stay tuned to the channel for an unboxing and review. We're just going to move Snake Eyes off to the side as we talk about the other pickup I had. And I know you're probably going to be like, what is happening with this guy? But I did pick up a very cheap Annihilator from the Iron Grenadiers line. So one of my favorite figures as a kid. He had this propeller and was one of the, I guess, Destro's, I guess you'd call him his Royal Guard. But I love the Annihilator figure. I'll get him put back together here. I already have one that I picked up about a year ago. So off to the side for this guy. It looks like a junkyard over here. Also at Rock'em Sock'em Retro. So I've been picking up a lot of the mini cons as of late, trying to get all the mini cons, I guess. We also were able to secure Tailgate here. Again, I believe he was from 1985, roughly. I don't remember, but Tailgate, a nice looking figure here. There you go. We got him to stand. But yeah, another really cool mini con to pick up there off to the side. I've also been on a mini cassette kick, so I've been picking up a lot of the mini cassettes from the vintage line, and also was able to secure Squawk Talk and a Beast Box. So a couple more of the mini cassettes. So these guys are really cool. They would fit right into Soundwave, and they're retro looking cassettes, which are, you know, in my opinion, still pretty cool looking. So two more of the cassettes to add to the collection. Last but not least, so as I was shopping there inside the store, obviously because you wouldn't shop outside the store, but as I was looking at things, my wife is just going crazy about everything that she sees in there. Look at this. You got to check this out. This is cool. She kept coming up to me with one of the Sectar's hand puppet Spider Riders. So wanted me to pick that up, but she did show me this, and I was like, well, I think we could make that happen. And we picked up the night from 1987 Real Ghostbusters line, the Highway Haunter VW Bug. So the cool thing with the Real Ghostbusters stuff is that they always had a play feature, which always made them fun. And that's the great thing about toys, is they're supposed to bring you some smiles, supposed to make you laugh, and more so than anything, they're supposed to be fun. This guy had a play feature, which I believe you hit this, and sure enough, there he goes. And that is super cool. It looks like a praying mantis. So this guy was pretty cool to pick up there. They always suffer, and I've always seen when I've seen these, they've always had this crack here, so very hard to find them without the crack there in the middle. But you know, it is what it is, and you know, these are all older vintage toys, so just another really cool piece to have alongside my Ghostbusters collection. The only thing that he didn't have was in the back here. They have a spot for the engine, and the engine was the Ghost. So I'll be on the lookout for the Ghost so I can get this guy completed. But this is a great experience at Rock'em Sock'em Retro. I will have a link down to their social media pages in the video description. But Rock'em Sock'em Retro wasn't the only place that we were able to secure some really cool stuff. I'm talking Retro Realm Collectibles. You find them on Instagram. You also find them on eBay. But I was able to secure a really interesting trade. I was actually pretty excited about this trade, but I was able to secure some sealed G.I. Joe. And let me move this out of the way so you can see. We got the motorized backpack there. I also was able to secure an accessory pack, which is pretty cool. So you see all the accessories there, still on card. What's really cool is the ability to still see all of the figures that were coming in those waves at the time. I believe this is from 1986, and actually 1987, excuse me. But it still has the flag point at the bottom, which is really cool. But you're able to see all the figures that were coming out at that time. So you got Blizzard, you got Storm Shadow, I think version 3, Repeater, Shockwave, Hit and Run. The Iron Grenadiers were coming out, Voltar, Rogue Pig. So a lot of really iconic figures coming out at the time. And look at the artwork on the front. Just beautiful artwork. I also got an on-card Saw Viper. So this is super sweet. So from 1985, or excuse me, 1989, the Saw Viper on card. Never had him, honestly, never had him in my collection, but now we have him on my collection on card. And we got the quality price of $2.99 there. That is really cool. I just love seeing the flag points, and again, all the iconic G.I. Joe characters there on the back. But just super cool to have that in the collection. And that's not all. We also got, and this card's a little beat up, this one from Hearts at $2.99. But we have Fast Draw. Fast Draw comes from 1986. So another good looking G.I. Joe. I had a lot of the other characters in that line. So Crystal Ball, Techno Viper, excuse me, Raptor. Just super cool to get those. Shout out to Retro Realm for the hookup on these. Just really cool figures to have. That's not all. There's more. And to cap off that week of excitement, we, my wife, I, and Frank's went to the Columbus Toy Show in Columbus, Ohio, CTS. If you know, you know. But what a fantastic show. I went into the show not expecting to get much. Maybe if I pick up a few small things here and there, I'd be excited. But man, I found a lot of stuff with the help of my wife, who consistently was showing, you got to look at this, you got to look at this, you got to get this. So I'll start off with one of the things that I found, which obviously, obviously, if you're familiar with the channel, you understand that there are a few things that I like to collect here outside of what you see behind me. I love, the wind-ups. I love G.I. Joe and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to nostalgia, for me, it's Pee Wee Herman and it's Kool-Aid, right? So, so scrolling online, I've seen these Pee Wee Herman collectibles from, I think it's called Kitty Robot. Let me see. Let me check my notes here. I think it's Kitty Robot. But these little Pee Wee Herman vinyl collectibles, which they've got, well, yeah, right here on the side, they've got different versions of Pee Wee. They've got Globy, Jambi, Cowboy Curtis, Conky, Terry, well, maybe 3 or 4 versions of Pee Wee there. Magic Screen, Randy, Cherry, and Missy Vaughn. But these are just really cool Pee Wee Herman vinyls to have. And I saw it there at one of the booths, and I just couldn't say no. Had to throw it down into the bag again, because it was something small, something that wasn't big. I wasn't going big at this toy show, and if you've ever been around or seen some of my posts, we go big when we go to toy shows. But this one nonetheless was something small to put on the shelf. Doesn't take up a lot of space, so I was excited to throw that into the collection. One of the other things that I'm really excited about and really enjoy collecting have been the Tomy wind-up collectibles. So Tomy did a lot of wind-ups. When you look at wind-ups in general, Tomy's the brand to get. And they had wind-up games, and they have all these different wind-ups. But I was able to secure some wind-ups. And I met, I forget his name. It might have been Don from, he runs the Marysville Toy Show in Marysville, Ohio. But he hooked me up with some of these Tomy wind-ups. And here we have, oh, it kind of did its own thing already. But here we have the wind-up space shuttle. And I mean, that's what it's all about, is just the toys and what they do, just bringing fun to life, right? And they have the little space, the spaceman that come out of there. And I also got the helicopter. Oh, again, just things that just make you smile, that just are fun. So I was able to secure these from them, or from him, excuse me. And he told me about another vendor down the way that had some of the Tomy wind-up games. So if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, they had bowling, they had boxing, they had football, basketball. But the one I was able to secure was the Goof Around Golf. So the Goof Around Golf essentially sets up a little mini golf course. And if you're familiar with these, they come in these little carry-ons. I remember playing with the bowling one as a kid. I had one floating around at somewhere. I don't know if I have it anymore, but it comes with a little wind-up bowling ball. This one comes, when you open it up, it comes with one of the, gotta be careful with the plastic. There we go. The little wind-up golf ball. So yeah, just again, mindless fun. And it played like a game. So we've got Got the flag here, and it's another piece. And what I don't have are the instructions. However, the back does. However, the back does give us instructions on how we're supposed to set this up. And I guess in looking at the box, you can set it up any way, which way you want. So, yeah. So I guess what you do is you just set this to the side. And I guess this goes here, right? Or I guess this goes here. I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as this is here. And you just goof around trying to get him into the hole. No, he went the other way. I don't think we're gonna have any success. Maybe there we go. We put it. We got it. We got it. Yay! We got it. So that was the goof around golf. Again, just another really cool wind up to add to the collection. I'll be on the lookout for the other ones. He had quite a few of them. He had the basketball. He had the football. Just they're older toys, so they're not always going to work. And hopefully you find one in working order, so you can have that fun that we enjoy here on the ToyNight Show. Oh, I do have the instructions, by the way. So we did find the instructions, but also with the wind-ups, I did find a wind-up on card. So these are the Phantom Feet, again from Tomy. So you wind up the Phantom Feet, and they begin to walk. So should we open it up? Let's open it up. I don't care if it's sealed. It's old. Why not? Let's open it up. Off to the side, right? Trash. And let's have some fun with toys. Round two or cut two here. Let's see if we can. Boy. Well, you're supposed to do this. But there we go. A little bit. These boots were supposed to be made for walking, but I guess these ones aren't. So, but anyways, another cool one to add onto the shelf. It is what it is, right? Like I was saying earlier, my wife was all about, you got to buy this, you got to get into this, you got to get this, you got to get this. And she's always looking out for things for me. So I appreciate that. My wife is the best. So she did find this Rocking Out Kool-Aid. Now, the Rocking Out Kool-Aid is missing the guitar. And I had hoped that we were going to get this guy to work. But unfortunately, he's not working. But at any rate, something to throw on the shelf. He is pretty iconic, the Kool-Aid Man. I love Kool-Aid. Loved Kool-Aid as a kid. I wore a lot of the shirts. Matter of fact, I asked Jared from Retro Gaming Pandemic to find me some Kool-Aid shirts, and he looked a little puzzled when I told him about it. I said, I liked two things when I was growing up. It was Kool-Aid shirts, Kool-Aid, and Jordan. And he had a lot of Jordan shirts, but I'm on the lookout for a Kool-Aid shirt. Jared, if you're watching this, don't forget about me. But we also found some more Kool-Aid. So from 1987, we found this Kool-Aid plush from 1987. So, talk about almost, what is that, 40 years old, 38 years old Kool-Aid. That's pretty amazing. So got the handle, hey, Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. And lastly, in regards to Kool-Aid, my wife did find a pin, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this pin, but Kool-Aid will always keep in the collection, so we're pretty excited about that. Continuing with more of the things that we found at the Columbus Toy Show, I did find some more Transformers. So in regards to the mini bots, Power Glide. So yeah, Power Glide here. Just another one to add to the shelf, right? Also from the 86 Transformers 86 movie series, I was able to find Steeljaw, so another cassette. This now for the more modern era of Transformers. I was able to secure Ram Horn, which I remember having Ram Horn as a kid. So um, didn't have Soundwave or Blaster, but I had a cassette, and this cassette was Ram Horn, and he was cool. So yeah, so another Transformer to add to the collection. Lastly, and as we're getting to the end here, my wife continued to find a ton of stuff for me. She said, you've got to look at this. You've got to find that. You've got to see that. You got to look. You got to come here. Come here. I found something for you. And so, also shout out to Rock'em Sock'em Retro for the Food Fighter up there. But my wife also found me another Foo Fighter. This sticker. No, not really. She actually did find me a Foo Fighter. Mean Wiener from the Food Fighter collection. And no, he doesn't have his accessories, but he is super cool. So I love these guys. I think they're great. I got to find the Taco. He's next on my list. Would love to get him complete at some point, but just another good looking figure to throw up on the shelf. It's crazy to just really see these figures out in the wild and add them to the collection. I'm really excited to do that. As you know, on the ToyNight Show, we do love a good hot dog. And speaking of hot dogs, right before we left for the show, we got another pullback, and it's a pullback hot dog of some sort. Don't know where this comes from, but it came from Frank's, and we got another hot dog. And from the grocery gang, we were able to get this banana. Now he's missing I think he had a bat accessory, but these guys are just cool to have on the shelf. Who doesn't love some wacky looking food? Lastly, as I was scrolling through Marketplace, I came across a vendor who was selling something. This is from Squirrel Prints, and this is a Michael Myers. Well, yeah, this is a printed Michael Myers figure, very reasonably priced. Yeah, this is from Squirrel Prints. Really super nice guy. Very proud of his work, and rightfully so. This is a really cool looking Michael Myers. It'll be cool to have on the shelf. So really excited about all, and thank you, Earl, for the Earl the Squirrel. Thank you, Earl the Squirrel, for the Michael Myers. His contact information will be down in the description of the video. But yeah, so it was a really great time getting out and collecting and finding some really cool things. I had a great time at the Columbus Toy Show. Had a great time at Rock'em Sock'em Retro. Great running into my cousin. Great meeting Earl the Squirrel. And yeah, so that'll do it for this week in collecting from the ToyNight Show. I'm your host, Sammy G. We'll see you on the next one.